Good morning.
Yay.
Happy Saturday, wherever you are. Today we continue series of our interviews, and I am speaking today with the publisher who is also contributing a chapter to Soul Parent book. I'm so excited. Welcome, Mary. Mary is a CEO of Divine Destiny Publishing, and she's been spearheading this project together with me. Welcome, Mary.
Oh, thank you, Irina. I'm so glad to be here. I am in the wintry wonderland of Montana, and I have never been more excited to launch another book, and one, Soul Parent, one that really has a related piece of my experience that was a big part of my life for so long. So I'm glad, Irina, that we got to do this together. And I'm just happy to be sharing another story about how we as parents, as humans, as way showers and visionaries get to lead the way and create this change and create the place of unconditional love, which is what I'm all about. As it's always about love for me, but it's just exciting to be a part of these projects, and then to share one with you is just it's been exciting. So thank you. Thanks for having me. Thanks for saying yes, as I always tell everybody. And always thanks to everyone who shared their story in this project, because it's deep and it's raw and it's real, and people need to know about it.
Yeah. I'm grateful that you said yes when you decided to become a publisher.
Yeah, I know, right?
How was that journey for you?
Yeah, we've done quite a few projects together, and I'm sure there's more things on the horizon for us. But what a great way to get closer and more connected with the people that make it easy for you to do life and business. Creating connections online, as we all thought was going to be probably the most unavailable experience for us, has really proved to be such a blessing. And then to be involved in the publishing world and recognizing just how sharing our stories on a global platform, on any platform really, no matter who sees it, somebody is eventually going to see it, and it is going to create the ripple effect. That is a fact. It is a fact that somebody is going to read your story and they're going to get something out of it. There's going to be a nugget of wisdom. They're going to take something away, and it's going to change their life, all because you decided to share a story. And it's powerful. It's more powerful than I ever thought it was in my lifetime, really, because we've gotten so closed, right? We've gotten so protected. And this is a way of opening up, and not alone, right? With a sanctuary of other people, other authors, collaboration space. So,
Yay. What was, how you call it, when writing this story, what was the best part?
Oh, about writing this story?
Yes.
This is my, I think it's my 11th or 12th chapter, but it was the reflection. Again, for me, it has become about the reflection of how the only way that I can write my story, and the only way I can remember my story, and the only way that I share it is from a place of inspiration, truly from a place of saying, I'll say it like, I'm so glad that this happened because I'm here right now, from a place of extreme gratitude, that knowing it is every time you write a little something about part of your experiences, you can come into that knowing that this happened and I survived, and now I can share with others how I survived. And now this whole experience has become an inspirational piece to guide others. It truly is that. But there's healing and all that too. Because as many times as you write it and then restructure it and read it back to yourself, that is the solidification, like, wow, this happened on purpose. This happened for a purpose, on purpose. I will say that it happened on purpose. I believe that every part of this experience is something that we create.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And we create from either remembering what we said we wanted to do before we took our holy hell yes into the human experience, or something that we feel in our body and say, I want to create this.
Mhm. Yes.
Super cool.
What kind of advice would you give to single parents?
Oh, what would I tell the single parents? Prioritize your comfort. Love yourself first. Period.
Yes, so true, because so often we forget about ourselves. We have things to do, taking care of everybody else, and we put ourselves on the back burner, and then we burn out.
And it's easy to do. I mean, hello, that has been the cultural piece, the condition, the program, the belief system. Like, oh crap, now I have to do all this alone.
Yeah.
And then we just put all the efforts into trying to make the external world presentable, and we completely destroy. I think is really one of the words I used in my chapter. We feel destroyed. We completely destroy our inner being by trying to somehow create an external piece of, happiness that only comes from inside. So yeah, that's the biggest. It's so huge. You know that. And they watch, they're watching every part of you. And perhaps there's the partner, the people, every piece of it they're watching. They don't stop watching. I've got a 19 and a 16-year-old. They don't stop watching. It doesn't mean they're going to do it the way you do it, but they're watching. They're watching your emotions. They're watching your actions. They're watching your reactions.
Yeah.
And they're going to take action from that place. So one of the biggest things I feel like is if you're doing this, or if you've done it, is to don't speak negatively about the other parent ever, because that really just makes you look bad. It really does. I have a story of that, because I didn't do that. I wanted to. There were so many times I wanted to say, well, your father. And I didn't, right? I didn't, because then they're like involved in something that really has nothing to do with them. And then they look at you one day when you're trying to teach them not to judge people, to love everyone. And they look at you and they remember those experiences. And, then they're like, well, you weren't, you didn't. I just think that's a big part of it. But my daughter has expressed to me now that she's 19, and she spent 2 years in the home with her father and her stepmother. And after 2 years of that, and the shit hit the fan, literally always, she said, Mom, all they did was talk about you. And I thought, why would you even want to bring me into your household? You know what I mean? But they felt less than. I know why they felt less than, because I just kept being me, which is choosing me, like choose to be my best self. Just get up and be the best person you can be. Don't worry about everybody else, because everybody else is going to be taken care of by the best version of me. Yeah, they do. That happens. And I just think, and the way that my daughter walked away from that is like, gross. Like, really, they didn't have anything better to do than talk about somebody. So it's fun. It was fun hearing it, because I just thought, well, but it's part of it. It's part of the experience. And people that I know and that have had this experience, still do that. I don't talk about anybody, even in high school, which is kind of why I think my friends would come and go, because I just wouldn't play in. I would just like, no, I don't want to, that's not me.
Right.
Just like, no, I got to put my bubble up. I don't have any reason to judge anyone. We're all here to find freedom and love.
Yeah. Yes.
That was fun remembering. You never know where these conversations go.
Yeah. What is your favorite self-care practice? How do you fill your batteries?
I think right now, and it has changed, but I love walking the land. I love laying on the land. Again, it has changed. I have a lot of modalities. Yoga really used to create a space for me. Affirmations and mantras are still high on my list, like reminding myself of who I am, reminding myself of what I'm capable of with beautiful affirmations on the bathroom mirror. But me, I love the land. I just love laying there because we are limitlessly supported. And every time I go out there and I get in that nature, it is that constant reminder. And yeah, that's it right now. Just getting out there and seeing, like, look at this magic everywhere. We're living in a miracle.
Yes.
So even single parenting doesn't even matter because we're chosen anyway, right? It's like, look at the miracle we get to experience.
Yeah, sometimes we forget, and
You
the
do. It's
nature
easy, right?
is so around us, and it just takes a moment to notice. I love sunrises, and I've been missing sunrises. I'm hoping to restart that practice.
Yeah, sometimes when the time shifts, sunsets might be more available.
True.
Mhm.
All right. So thank you so much, Mary, for coming on and sharing how this project is coming about. And for all the people out there, the launch is happening just a short 7 days away, next Friday, December 9. Invite your friends, if you have single parents, make sure to let them know that this book is coming about and happening next Friday, December 9. Thank you.
So exciting. Yes. And thank you. Thank you for listening. And if you have a story to share, perhaps Irina and I will create another project, maybe on Reclaim Your Life. And yeah, I'm planting seeds because stories are worth sharing. And it's the only way that we can create lasting change is to be vulnerable enough to share exactly how our experience went and how we made our way through. Whether we love what we did or we're ashamed of it, it still becomes inspiration for somebody else who needs a hand. They need a word. They need to know that it happens and we can do this. So thanks, Irina. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.